Yeah. So give a shout out to Beers and Bars before we get back into it.
Shout out to Beers and Bars.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How is it?
Cheers. Okay, let's try.
You got to shout them out too. Beers and Bars.
Oh,
Shout out to Beers and Bars.
Yo, welcome to Beers and Bars, your place for rapid fire hip hop discussion and of course great beer.
I'm Kamal Kiddo.
OT the Golden Child. Thank y'all for checking out our last episode. If this is your first time checking out this podcast, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. If you are listening right now, you on any of the podcast platforms, that being Apple, you know what I'm saying, Spotify, wherever you listening at, make sure you also check us or subscribe. Leave a comment and all that stuff. You know, it matters as far as these algorithms out here in the streaming world. So, come on, this is special.
We got a guest today. We're in a space today.
Yes, sir.
We here with our brother Philmore Greene.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, man.
It's only right.
Who has just dropped an album maybe like a month ago, right?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
about a month ago.
Yep.
November 15th. I
November
remember
15th.
that.
Yeah, the
I
date,
remember
November
that.
15th. That must be a significant day.
My birthday is 5 days from that. So,
Okay, 15, 20, count by fives.
Exactly.
I count by five.
True.
Teach my daughter how to count through dominoes.
Yeah.
We getting into it early. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're here at Haymarket Brewery.
Salute to the good folks over at Haymarket.
And this is our first pod since the pandemic.
Since
started,
the pandemic,
right?
Together.
outside, together
yeah.
with an
Physical.
artist specifically, man. We haven't done the last brewery we was in for any kind of interview and all that was shout out to Old Irving, you know what I'm saying, out north.
Oh yeah.
That was pre-pandemic. It's been 2 years. We are back with the undisputed champion MC of the podcast. This is
Fact.
let me break it down right here. All right, episode 110. You know what I'm saying? Chicago, a third world city. You know what I'm saying? Episode 189, I believe that was Survival Scroll, right? Episode 204. That was the you jog my memory.
I'm not gonna say anything either.
Okay, episode 204. Okay, come on. What was the fourth one?
Wait.
Survival Scroll.
Survival
This is
Scroll.
cost
That was
of
the
living.
one.
Yeah.
That was the one with the books.
Knowledge and power. There we go.
I'm trying to think the one with the books.
Yeah.
True. Right. So this one, we got Philmore Greene here to talk about his latest project, Cost of Living.
Yes, sir.
That is completely produced by Apollo Brown. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. The big homie.
Apollo Brown has done
Man.
many projects. I've heard a couple of projects. He's done stuff with Joel Ortiz.
We
with
might have reviewed the
Ghostface.
Ghost joint.
Yeah, he did the Ghost
I
joint.
definitely
We
checked
might
for the
have-
Sky
we might have
Zoo
reviewed that.
joint.
Yeah.
Shout out to my brother Sky.
Yeah.
First of all, before we get into the project,
Right.
all right, what are we drinking, guys? What
Well,
are we drinking?
First of all, let me also give a shout out to one of the undisputed Chicago, you know what I'm saying, Chicagoland breweries. Big shout out to Mike Jimmer, whole staff over here at Haymarket. Shout out to homegirl Abby. Every time I'm here, she be holding it down, you know what
We
I'm saying.
walking through in a minute.
Yeah, man, 737 West Randolph. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all come down here. They be having the games on. They got a nice barrel room with pool tables, all that stuff. Just a good spot and dope people, man. Dope food too. So
Very good spot.
big shout out to them, man. Undisputed, a lot of undisputed. This lager right here. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I said I wasn't gonna kick off no beer rivalries or nothing like that, but I know I'm a big fan of Dovetail. I'm a big fan of, shout out, you know what I'm saying, homies out there, Goldfinger and all that. But this Chicago Tavern beer is one of the most, I would say, one of the best lagers in the city as well. So
Nice.
that's what we starting out with. So
Chicago Tavern beer.
And I just got a little beer history too. I've been wanting to try this one, so I'm gonna try this one on camera.
Oh yeah, the Harold's Honey
You know.
Ale.
But salute to y'all for having me, man. Y'all, I told y'all, I'm the undisputed champ. And the only way somebody gonna come beat that is if I stop working, or they do, interviews every day of the week. I told y'all, every time I drop, I'm coming back.
Hey
You know what
man,
I'm saying?
I appreciate you. I'm gonna keep
what
it
it
real
is.
with you, man. I like your projects, but I'm gonna say that this one is probably one of the best. I'm not gonna say sound wise because it definitely has a sound, but lyrically, I feel like you might have stepped your game up.
I was telling people.
I really do believe that. Like, this is not me gassing. Like,
no,
and if I can go ahead and say, like, Immaculate is one of those songs that's, I just had to throw it in there real quick. I know we're going to talk about it from top to bottom, but Immaculate, you going crazy.
Let him crack his beer first. You know
why I waited? You know why I waited?
Go ahead.
Because my brother Derek, my brother Bone, he watches the podcast.
True.
He's into, like, I'm still at novice level.
Yeah.
Me too, man. We on the same plane.
I'm a novice level. I know you're a connoisseur.
Yeah.
He told me, salute to my brother Bone. I just texted him right before we started.
Yeah.
He was like, dude, you look like you, I'm not going to say the podcast, which one it was. Yeah. So everybody that's watching, if all the beer connoisseurs, you can go back and peep my mistake just to watch the episode. Yeah. I'm not going to say which one. Okay. But he was like, you did it wrong. You poured the, you poured the fucking beer wrong. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, the beer connoisseurs going to know that you didn't know what you were doing. Right. And he was like, yeah, they kind of gave you so I want y'all to show me.
True.
On camera, like, how do I do this?
Well, for me,
you want to tilt the glass
to my brother Derek.
You want to tilt it at about a 45-degree angle, right? Yeah, about right there. Yeah, and then come over here, about here, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then pour it in.
And then what you want to do as it gets fuller, then you kind of want to
straighten it up.
You want to straighten it up and then you, in theory, as it gets higher, you want to lift up off the glass.
Oh, that's a fucking art, huh, man?
Yeah.
Shit. I'm a clumsy guy.
No, that's good though. That's not
dope.
bad. That's not bad.
And if you were a bartender, then you wouldn't want the tap to touch the glass at all.
Right.
You
so don't touch it.
Oh yeah, but I mean, just for drinking that you fine. But yeah,
the froth at the top is
nice head. Pause. Nice. Yeah.
So Bone, Derek, I did it on camera just for you, beloved.
I appreciate that.
Toast.
Yes,
yeah, man. Toast.
Yes, sir.
Beers and bars. Beers and
there
bars.
We go.
Cost of living, baby.
Let's get right into it, man.
Cost of living.
This is it.
With producer Apollo Brown. First of all, let me ask, how did you get together with Apollo Brown, man?
Well,
that's big.
Yeah. Apollo Brown he's a legendary guy, man. I use the term legendary because he's still active. He's not. He becomes a legend first ballot.
There you go.
When he hang his shoes up and say, "I'm done," close the locker. You know what I'm saying? So he's still doing it. So he's legendary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just me. That's. Yeah. But he was friends with another legendary guy for 15 years. He's been friends with another legendary guy about 15 years. We just got through talking about him, Rashid Hadi.
Okay.
Been rocking with each other since 15 years. You know what I mean? So Rashid and I, we stopped through Detroit a few times on tour, Sky Zoo, the Metropolitan Tour, Elzai, 60 East, Landon, Wordswell, Chip DeVille, Belly. We stopped through Detroit a few times, and then we came off the tour, and we went back to another show. Salute to my man Valid, and Apollo Brown came through the shows.
Yeah.
Now, aside from all that, Apollo, every time I would drop, Apollo would shoot me a message in the DM like, man, I like this one. I like this one, dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this one's fresh. Yeah. Knowledge and Power came out. This might be my best one. And then, they're DMs, so nobody could see that.
Yeah.
Right.
But out of the blue, Cash just was like, man, Apollo, you need to work with him. You need to, and he had already told me at one of the shows, like, I think I got something I need for you to, get on. You know what I mean? A joint or something. He didn't know if it was a song or. Yeah. And one day he just said, man, let's make this fucking classic, man. He sent the DM.
Okay.
Let's make the classic, man. Mike, Mellow Music Group, said Mike's on board.
Okay.
Let's make the classic. Next thing you know, he does no email albums. He don't email albums.
Okay.
Like, he not sending you beats.
I was gonna ask that. Did he send you?
That's what.
That's what I'm answering. Another.
Yeah.
He may have sent beats to cats, but you're not recording it at home.
Okay.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna drive to Detroit to get the beats.
Right.
I'm doing everything with you. I want to hear these with you.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, you don't do email albums. Shit, I don't want no email beats. I'm gonna go get the beats. Got hard drives for days.
Yeah.
In case some shit happened, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We gonna get the beats.
Okay.
Went to Detroit. He brought pizzas and refreshments and brought some cats through. Yeah. You know, the Detroit family invited them over. We all in the studio. He played the beats in front of everybody. He at the table. I'm at the table. I'm vibing, formulating thoughts. Then, after that, it was just a vibe session, man. Something all men needed. You know, we just vibe. We played music. You know, played the beats a little more. We just talked great men conversation, and it was therapeutic. So I got the beats. On the way home, we sat outside the chicken spot. I started writing on the spot. I started writing the album before I even left Detroit. I wasn't even out of Detroit yet, and I started writing the album. Got back home, locked in. 2-3 weeks later, I had 16 joints. Written. So I'm like, written. 2 weeks. Written. Finished it off. I did another 4 more. I had 20 records written. So, okay, I did that in 2 weeks. Okay. We set the date up to go back, first week of June. Okay, I got some time. So, okay, I'm done. I did 20 records. I left with 20 beats. Done writing the album. So let me perfect this, fine tune it. You know, he didn't talk to me. He told me, like, I don't babysit people. I don't work with people I got to babysit. He's very detailed on what he do.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he didn't babysit. I wrote it, memorized it, went back down. The classic good folks over at the Disc Studio, legendary artists, legends such as Parliament, did a lot of their early work in there, all vintage. It was just a vibe. I went in there, we had 24 hours of studio time in 8-hour blocks, or 8 or 10, I don't remember. But we got in there the first night, first 6 hours, I recorded 10 of those 20 joints.
Wow.
In the brain, no phone, no pen, no pad.
Wow.
Just went. I zoned out like battle rappers do. I zoned out. I learned everything. But he reached out, man. You can't just just say you want to work with Apollo. He's at the stage in his career where he want to work with. He can work with who he want to work with.
Right.
He reached out, gave me the opportunity, man, and I'm thankful for it, and I'm glad everybody's receiving the album the way they are. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. So what made you want to call it The Cost of Living?
We had a few titles in mind, you know, and of course, you know, this is a collaborative album, but Apollo had that idea from the cover art to the title.
Okay.
Like this album was his interpretation. The beats was his interpretation. He made them for me. I didn't pick none of these beats. That's how much attention he paid.
He made the beats.
He made the beats for me. He said, this is my interpretation of Chicago. You get what I'm saying? So he studied me. This is my interpretation of Chicago. I want you to hold my babies and paint over this canvas.
Right.
Your city and your views. So when you, off camera, we were talking about how my pen game stepped up.
Yeah.
Now I knew the magnitude of this album, and I had to do it. I had to do it. And when he heard the lyrics, he just called me one day. No, we were in the car. He was just like, you know, I think this would be dope. I know you got a song titled this, but I'm thinking cost of living. I'm like, let's go. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's go. I mean, what can we? It's perfect because of the content.
Yeah.
Let's go. So cost of living is the title. Had the cover art. Sent me that. You know, we reached out to the cat that did it. Shot the joint. Koku Liu. Okay. He's a very dope photographer. I think he's the lead designer of Uber or some shit now. Out in San Fran. But Koku Liu did the design. And yeah, man, cost of living. Apollo, he gets the credit for that. You know what I mean? He had the vision for this, from making the beats. I painted on the canvas, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I painted on the canvas. So that's how it came about. You know, he heard the lyrics, and that's what came to him.
Okay.
Cost of living.
Yeah. So, me personally, as I was listening to the album, and I would kind of agree, you know, from the sonics and everything, it feel like you really tapped in. So when you was talking about, you know, how quickly you know, wrote everything, it was a conversation we had on the prior show. You was talking about sometimes it take a long time to write stuff.
Yeah.
But I could, as I was listening, I could almost tell that, you know, you was dialed in. So it's just good to hear, you know, you talk about how you was in the zone. You know what I'm saying?
I was in the zone for sure. Like, and that was my first time approaching my writing process that way. And I do it. I'm not gonna break that. Like this next joint, I haven't really dived into it yet, but I'm about to fall off the grid. I still got to promote this and let people know the cost of living, because we gonna work this. We gonna do tours and shit. Right. But it's like I'm about to dive back in another zone to get the other one, the next one, because I felt like the pen game getting better. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and it shows, because y'all not the only people that said they noticed the content and the pen game going to another level, and that's what you want to do is with whatever. You know what I mean? You don't want to stay the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I've always felt like as a writer, just as an MC in general, you give your viewpoint on what you see and how you want things, you know, kind of, you know, you see the hood almost like Nas in a way, where he see the hood and he tells about what he sees, right?
One I study, bro.
And cost of living does that a lot. On a lot of these songs, you're telling what you see in Chicago. Yeah. And, you know, with songs like Day on the Ave, right? Day on the Ave. You know, you introduce yourself with "Nice to meet you."
Yeah, of course. Intentionally.
I got a question about that. Keep going.
But there's songs like "Day on the Ave," "Steep Life," "This Is Me," which I'm gonna put a pin in and come back to. Seriously. Just Imagine. These songs are really telling what you see in Chicago, the ups and downs. You got a line on here that I thought really kind of explained the full album in a sense. A line that says, "Mr. Greene, my music is made for prison and Princeton and in between."
Yeah. The most poetic and dialectically gifted.
Yes.
Quotables high in ethics, no hypothetical mentions. Mr. Greene, my music is made for prison and Princeton, and in between, you either been through it or been the witness. My vision seen. Every syllable.
Hold on. So right there, for prison and Princeton, right?
Yeah.
It's down to earth enough where it explains the hood in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about people that are, you know, dealing in crimes, getting locked up. You tell about your own life in this whole thing. Yeah. And then even in Princeton, it's so especially in Immaculate, like I was saying before, especially in Immaculate, the bars and the word play and the way it's flipping is interesting, where the two come together. But this album as Cost of Living, right?
Yeah.
I forgot where I was trying to go with this whole thing.
It's immaculate, bro. Like, but it's immaculate. You know
let me say, well, with Immaculate, right? For me, that's one of those where the wordplay is crazier than most of the other songs. What made you want to go in like that? You know, you got bars on there like, you know, if there's a word against my word, I'm wording it worthless. Right. Yeah. And speaking like that happens often on that song. Yeah. But maybe not necessarily on the rest of the album. Because other songs have certain, have certain
vibes.
topics as well, right?
Yeah.
But what made you feel like you need to do that on that particular song? Did you just want to show that off?
In all honesty, I have certain records on albums. My brother Chuck would tell me all the time, you know what I mean? Chuck, you gotta have them joints that's gonna make people really say, man, damn. But you gotta have them joints that just say, all right, if any motherfucker feel froggish,
right, okay, yeah,
leap. I can do this too. But Immaculate, I was listening every day. I don't know why I got in that bag, but that's my daughter, Katie Bugs. In the process of writing that beat, she got to it. Like, she loved that beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a video, like, I got her coming in the basement. She wouldn't come down the stairs until I turned the beat on. Like, she was there when I was writing a lot of that shit. So she was like, play that one. Taking her to school, play that one. She loved that beat.
Yeah.
But it was like, outside of that, if I wanted some inspiration to that beat, I was listening heavy to Thought versus Everybody.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, you get it now.
True.
I had Black Thought in my say, man, listen.
True. Immaculate.
I want to tap
Immaculate.
that Black
Listen to
Thought
that.
realm.
Yeah.
And still be Philmore. It's Philmore.
Yeah.
But I want to tag into that Black Thought type of. And the crazy part about it, bro, we did the shit in the studio.
Yeah.
That whole shit was one take. A brag. Both of those verses. There's only one track to that song.
Wow.
Outside of
including the hook.
No, not the hook.
Okay.
Because it's layers in the hook.
Right.
But as far as the vocals, the rapping,
yeah,
there's only one track to that.
Okay.
Spit the first verse, let the hook play. They are like this and outside.
Yeah.
Keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna get a little serious.
We hit, man.
This is me.
This is me.
Your most personal song to me.
One of the most personal.
It is.
I mean, just across
One
projects,
of the most
being a
personal.
fan.
It is.
Being a fan. So.
Thank you.
Where it taps into you being from the west side of Chicago.
Yeah.
And your life as a young man.
Yeah.
Why did you feel it was, or why did you want to bare your soul on that the way you did? Like, you got personal on there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the most vulnerable record I've ever wrote. And before Apollo even gave me the beats, he was like, man, I'm gonna need you to dig deep on this album. And 2020, my homegirl, salute to my homegirl, rest in peace to my homegirl, Zahara Jones. From elementary school. She was that student. She was very smart.
Yeah.
She was super intelligent, spoke with intellect. She was a flower, a rose that grew in K-Town.
Yeah.
She was super intellectual. Had to be on a SAT, ACT, whatever the test it was we needed to take to get out of high school.
Yeah.
I think she got like one question wrong. That's how smart she was. So imagine a person of that nature living in where we from.
Yeah.
You could probably feel like you're out, like you're different.
Yeah.
Right.
She probably had certain feelings and thoughts we will never know.
Right.
She loved my music. We grew up together. You know what I mean? We didn't talk every day, but when I heard what happened, like she took her own life. You know what I'm saying? In 2020, and I had never spoke about my mental health and the things I've been through as a kid, growing up into a man. I had never opened up about it. Like, people didn't even know. You know what I mean? Like, so I was thinking, like, okay, if I would have opened up on a record about what I went through and my mental health, because everybody go through mental health issues to some capacity.
Yeah.
Right.
We're all going through something. We all have thoughts, and nobody's perfect.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? If you're the richest or the poorest, nobody's perfect. And we go out, people smile, laugh every day, but people go through things in their mind. It depends on what type of, what magnitude it's at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I often would think after she did that, like, man, what if I would have opened up a little earlier about what I went through? Maybe she would have been comfortable to come to me.
Yeah.
And that maybe, you know what I'm saying, that could never be answered.
Yeah.
And I never did it because I wanted to keep my, I'm a man. I wanted to keep it to myself. Right. So I heard that beat. When I heard it in the studio, I told Paulo, man, I said, man, he said the second show. And I'm like, man, I already know what I'm going to write about to this. This is one. Right. This is one. Right. And her sister, my homegirl, Ashley, I never even told her what that record is about if she ever heard it. Congratulations to Ash. She just opened up a barbecue spot in Indiana, I think. So,
Word.
Yeah, man, that was inspired by my homegirl, Zahara Jones. Word. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
So I opened up because of that, know.
It almost feels like all the joints on this album are approached from the aspect of you being an author. Like you have a title, like you was kind of getting to, like it's a title for the song, and then this album is almost like a book to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I can see that.
And I it's very autobiographical, right? Mm-hmm. All the songs seem to have a certain subject, or here's the title, and then boom, I'm zoned in on that. Time. Mm-hmm. It's fucking about time, right? Yeah. Like you said, Immaculate.
Time goes. Yeah, that's a good one.
Promises.
Yeah.
My other joint, my man's what's my man's from Cali that we
Evidence.
You know what I mean?
That's a dream.
Paradise.
Those Time Goes and Paradise. When I first heard Paradise, now I'm a RZA fan, right?
Okay.
So I already know that Paradise, RZA has sampled. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
On camera. Nobody samples anything. Nobody samples. I learned that from doing interviews with Apollo. Yeah. Nobody samples. But what was used?
Right. What was used, right? Yeah. But I'm like, okay. I'm like, man, he got to flip this though. So as I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh, it's got bass lines in it and all this other stuff that I don't get if I'm just listening to it on my phone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
it sounds different in my car.
You got to hear those frequencies.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, man.
And so Paradise is one of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paradise is on my list of like my top songs from this project.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to ask you this. How did Evidence get on this project?
Bro.
I mean, because shout out Dilated Peoples and all of that, you know what I'm saying? DJ Babu and them, you know what I'm saying?
Ev is one of those. Now, I've been on, I'm going to practice mine again, too, in a minute.
Yeah, man.
Ev is one of those, he's in my top 10 as far as wordplay.
He is a sleeper.
Yeah, he's my top 10 as far as wordplay. But you got to look at who's producing the album. Like, who don't know Apollo Brown?
That's true.
I honestly think Apollo did some studying. He had to study me. This is my first time saying on camera.
Yeah.
Like, I think Apollo did the knowledge. And it was like, okay, this motherfucker like Evidence. He top 10 and he kind of like connected the dot. But, it's just an honor, man. However it happened, Evidence got on it.
Yeah.
I thanked him. And, he and Apollo has a great relationship.
Yeah.
Very good relationship. They have records together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, Evidence is on the record. Paradise, shit is dope.
Yeah.
And I hope to work with him more. You know what I mean? Send me.
Has he heard the whole project?
I don't know. I shot him a DM the other night, thanking him. Shit been busy. I wanted to thank him because I had met him last year. Shot him a DM, thanking him for, blessing the joint, rocking with me and shit like that. He and Apollo has his own relationship, but I had to thank him myself. For sure. He responded. It's all love. But I'll be back out to LA.
Yeah.
I'll see him in person again. You know who I am.
True.
Man, Ev, send me 20 of them joints, man. Let's make that classic, bro.
I got a question here as well with the album. Nice to meet you. You talked about how you kind of knew the album was special and whatnot. Did you know? At what point did you know? Like, because I feel like Nice to Meet You is a joint where you knew, hey, there's some people who gonna be meeting me for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, at what point did you know this shit is special? I
mean, I knew it was special when Apollo reached out. Apollo is Apollo. He put the work in to do what he do and to have the name he has.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know when I first heard that beat, that's what I was going to put together, that's what I was going to write. Mm-hmm. But that is one of those braggadocious joints. Like I just said, I have those joints on every album where I got to talk that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to really talk that talk. Yeah. So, I just came up with the hook. I don't even think I wrote it.
Yeah.
It just, it's simple. My name is Philmore Greene. You know what I mean? I'm from the west side of Chicago. Nice to meet you. You know what I mean? But Apollo's known all over the world. Literally. So when this drop, there's going to be people all over the world to hear this.
Right.
But on the other side of that, that's not my first joint I did like that.
Yeah.
Right.
If you ain't seen me in a while, I'm sorry. I'm too busy cooking up on this. And if this your first time meeting me, check the history. I ask and they'll tell you I got it.
Yeah.
Like I like to, hello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, thank you.
Right.
You're welcome. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Like what you just did with the Australian short.
Yeah. Like, come over here. How you doing?
Right.
We talked about Apollo Brown, and how streaming and algorithms work nowadays. People will look up Apollo, and they'll see Ghost, they'll see Skyzoo, you know what I'm saying? They'll see Philmore.
Salute to Sky.
One of the reasons why I kind of wanted to do this at the point when we did it is that you always get the interviews up front and all that when stuff about to drop, but you've had time to sit. So one question we haven't asked yet, how has it been? Like, how has it been, the reception? We a month out.
My question. Yeah.
Like what?
Oh, it's been dope. Every day, literally every day, someone new reaches out. Either they're from Australia, the UK, Africa, fucking Wyoming.
Yeah.
They're reaching out and they're saying how they love the album and how the album is dope to them. They needed it. I've heard everything from album of the year.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just dope. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
man, I'm not. Hey, man.
That's not like
it ain't because he here need a home.
No. I don't. I ain't even that type of motherfucker.
Yeah. But I just gotta let it be known.
We can be corny like that.
Yeah, motherfuckers. Exactly.
Fuck who think it's corny.
Right.
We put the work in.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it ain't. And if it is corny, fuck them. Like, we can say what we want to say.
Yeah.
Fact.
You know what I mean? Like, it ain't corny. We brothers, bro. We here. We work hard. We do what we gotta do. Yeah. If it's the fucking album of the year, let's say it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say it.
Why wouldn't you say that?
I want to listen. I think all my shit the best.
There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'm the best motherfucker on the planet.
True.
There you go.
That's how I'm supposed to think. That's what K-Town did to me. Chicago. I'm supposed to think that. And I don't say it a lot, but press play.
I love it.
So let me ask you, man. Let me go back a little bit. I don't know if I've ever asked you this.
That's good.
Yeah.
All the time that we've met, right?
Uh-huh.
But you grew up on the west side of Chicago, right?
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
When did you start taking this seriously? I know a couple of MCs that handle it like it's their job.
Exactly.
They go to work. They putting albums out. They in the studio recording.
Exactly.
When did you decide to because you making major leaps and bounds right now.
Okay.
Working with Apollo Brown.
Thank you.
This is serious. When I saw that announcement at all, I'm like, yo,
It felt good, right? Yeah.
Whew, he's making strides. You meeting Large Professor and stuff like that.
Large
you know what I'm saying?
Large is the homie.
When did you start taking this seriously where you said, you know what, I'm about to put this all in, zone in, and you know, you're starting to see like the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying? When did you start taking this seriously? That it could like actually be something.
It was always serious. It was always serious because music, you know, it might be cliche. Music is therapeutic to me, and it really is. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like getting that clean canvas and you get to express yourself in rhythmic form over that canvas, and then you listen to the end product, and you get people telling you, "This is the best shit I've ever heard in my life. This is I needed this." It was just a video I put up the other day. A cat out in Brazil vibing in the radio station. The way he was bopping back and forth, it was like he tapped in. He was listening to Day on the Ave. Like, man, he tapped in, but he's so many fucking miles away. That right there, that's healing. You know what I'm saying? For me. Because I made that. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near like you put this out into the universe. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I know what it feel like for my son to go score 40 a game now. It's equivalent. I wrote that, mixed, mastered, put it out there. Now he's working. And he's making this dude do this and going crazy. He's getting that feeling. He probably got chills. That's equivalent to going to see my son. I don't have a son. Well, see my baby Katie Bug going to score 50 points in a basketball game. She'll do that someday for real. But that's the equivalent. That's the best way I can, the analogy, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that keep me going, bro. The vibe, that keep me going, man. The feeling. So I took it serious at 13, though. 18, when I graduated high school.
I'm going to ask you this, man. I'm going to ask you this on camera.
Ask me, bro. Ask me whatever you want.
You from Chicago.
Right.
When I bring up Apollo Brown and Philmore Greene, it's a East Coast rap, right? Now, surely it has that sound. Have you ever gotten, I don't know if it's backlash or like just questions about how you sound? And, you know, you being from Chicago.
Nah, bro. I won't even call it.
When I first heard you, I didn't know you was from Chicago.
I don't call it backlash because I'm not easily offended, bro. Salute to easily offended. Podcast, the homies.
Do that.
I'm not. You know what I mean? So I really don't. To be honest, bro, like I just make what I feel, man. I don't give a fuck, bro. I love my city and I fuck with every artist that come from here. Salute every artist that come from here that created their own sound. But I want to do what makes me, what I fell in love with. You know what I mean? 1998. Excuse me.
I be talking about that.
Moment of truth. Moment of truth. I put that shit on. Gangstar. Salute DJ Premier. Rest in peace, Guru. Man, Gangstar, man, I pressed play on that shit and I heard the scratches and the way he was calmly approaching the tracks. And then you get to Above the Clouds when the beat just rocking with that bounce and that whatever instrument that is. I heard that album, I say, man, this is what I want to make for the rest of this is what I want to make. I want to make this type of music right here. This is what I want to make it. So I don't I could move to fucking Wyoming. I could have been from Wyoming. So you're going to say the same thing then? You know what I'm saying? Like, wherever I'm at, and I've been to New York, I got people in New York. I've actually slept in the projects in New York, eating fried chicken. Salute to my brother P. General. But, you know, it's like, it's damn near equivalent to, it's not the machine, it's the man behind it. Are you paying more attention to how I sound or what I'm saying? Brother Ali, the truth is not in. It's not the person performing, but it's about what he's saying. Mm-hmm. The truth is in the song, not the performer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen to what I'm saying. No matter if I was whispering this shit. Yeah. You know, people might say shit. They might say shit without me seeing it and hearing it. Yeah. Bro, I don't give a fuck, man.
Word.
Press play on that motherfucking mic. Put that beat up. We gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm Chicago through. Anybody that know me, though. Chicago, bro.
Word. I got a question here, man. Taking it back to, you know, the seeing your kid perform and all that. This is a tough question. Yeah. You got 4 babies now, right? This is, you know, the Chicago Third World City, Knowledge and Power, Survivors Grow. Is this your favorite kid, or?
It's my newest baby.
Okay. Right, there we go.
It's my newest baby.
That's how you do that. That's how you do that.
That was pretty good.
It's my newest baby. That was pretty good. It's my newest baby. That new baby needs all the attention, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got the newborn. You can't do the shit you do for the oldest.
That is a fucking good answer.
To the newborn. Yeah. The newborn needs to be nurtured so it can grow like the other 3.
And you're a better parent too. You've learned.
I'm more experienced.
Right.
More experienced.
It's my newest baby, bro. This baby can't walk and play like those. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta nurture this one. This gets all the attention. Right. You know what I'm saying? I gotta feed it. Wash this. This is my newest baby. Yeah. Do you want to call it the favorite? It requires the most attention. All of them getting attention because they babies. Facts. We gotta take care of these babies. True. Right. Yeah. But this is my new one. Okay. This baby needs to be nurtured right to play with his siblings years from now. And by the time it's over there with them, there'll be 4, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Right. I have a lot of kids, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, it's my newest baby. Newest baby.
Man, that's cost of living, man. Let me ask you a general rap question.
We can get to that, bro. I'm here, bro. I got time.
Yeah.
What you listening to nowadays, man? I'm not gonna ask you like your top 5 albums right now of the year, but of this year, what have you been vibing with?
I can tell you what I'm vibing.
Besides cost of living.
I'm vibing right now. Like, I always listen to a lot of Dusties. Okay. I get you said besides cost of living. Yeah. But I get a lot. I got a huge catalog of Dusties records. Okay. I can play Dusties from here to Sunday. Okay. On my Apple Music. But lately, hip hop, I've been listening to the new Nas. True. I've been bumping that. True. I've been listening to Joey Badass new shit. Okay. His performance at Jimmy Kimmel with Men of, what is it called, that group? Men, I don't want to fuck it up on camera. But yeah, it was a very great performance, and I was like, damn, I need to go back and check that. So I've been listening to Joey Badass. So let me see, man. Joey Badass. I'm checking out the Ab Soul and Freddie Old Soul new shit.
I was just
Freddie
checking
Old Soul
that.
New shit. I fuck with her.
I was just checking that. Yeah,
she got a show
decent
coming
project.
up. She salute to my brother Stepchild too. My brother Stepchild. They rocking heavy.
Stepchild got off. Yes.
Yeah, they rocking heavy. That's the homie. That's the homie.
This is the first Freddie Got Soul album I've heard, and I've heard a lot of people talking about it. So I say, you know what? Let me tap in. Yeah. And she kind of decent.
She dope, bro. She got that motherfucking. She's pretty good. She's that Chicago. Good. She's just like, you know.
Southside too, I think.
Southside crazy. I ain't never met her. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go by the time this come out. Her show, she already, but she got a show coming up on the 22nd. I'm gonna fall through there. I'm gonna meet her in person.
Word.
You know, I got records with Stepchild. She worked very closely with Stepchild.
Oh, for sure. He on like 3 joints or something.
Yeah, he probably produced half the fucking album. They work very closely. Okay. Yeah. But I'm gonna go through her show and I'm gonna meet her in person. I actually got a record I want to own. You know what I'm saying? I got an idea. I'm not gonna say because I don't know if it's.
That to you, matter of fact.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of. I've been listening to Freddie Old Soul, the Joey Bad, and Nas. Okay, that's what I've been listening to. For sure.
Let's do this before we get out of here. What do they need to know about what's coming up You know what I'm saying? What's happening? What's going on, man? Because I'm ready to come to some shows.
So we've been talking about release party.
Okay.
You know, listening session was kind of like, I want to say last minute. It was last minute. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't get a chance to come because typical Philly. I'm everywhere, 50 different places.
Yeah.
But gotta have y'all in the crib for the listening party. We're gonna do a live show. We've been talking about that. We've been getting some shows. About to get some shows lined up for the States. They've been talks about overseas.
Okay.
Tours.
Man.
Shows, man. Shows on shows. That's the part, getting in front of the people now.
Where can people follow you at, man?
Philmore Greene, Philmore, and Green with an E at the end. You know what I mean? Philmore Greene everywhere.
Check out
Bars,
Philmore Greene, man. Beers and
Bars.
Bars.
See y'all next time.
This what, the fourth?
Undisputed champion, man.
Undisputed. They ain't fucking with it, man.
Yeah, man.
Philly, we'll be back.
I love
Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
I love it. That was good.
Yes, sir.